Hello everyone, welcome to another episode with myself. Appreciate you coming and watching another episode, appreciate it. We're doing another reaction video obviously on Tesla's full self-driving. This is 8.2, I did one before but it wasn't the video that I expected, but it was still cool anyway, so we did that. But obviously today I'm going to do another one, and this is on, let's check it out. This is on Dirty Tesla's YouTube channel. He has 53.8 thousand subscribers. I think it's a he anyway. I did listen to the first 15-20 seconds of the video. I will put the link to this video in the description just to be fair. I haven't watched this video yet, so I'm not sure what it goes into, but obviously it's full self-driving goes underground, so that could be interesting. But I haven't actually looked at the full self-driving in depth other than that video that I've already shown, which is just based on one intersection or one corner. For the last probably 6 to 12 months, so I'm excited to see what this actually is going to look like. So let's dive in and give it a look.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another full self-driving beta video. Right now we're leaving a dirt parking lot, and I just turned the system on. I already have my destination in. That was pretty sweet. It actually did really good. And today we're going to be going back to something I tested before. This is like an underground parking lot, a little weird. I mean, it's a very small little area under a library or something. And the car couldn't really handle it before. This was several months ago. It was version 7 before they did the version update. You know, we were version 7, 8, 9, 10. And then Elon was like, oh, never mind. It's actually only version 8 right now. So it was a while ago. But I've been getting some requests to try this again. Whoa, this is weird. So we have to go straight across here. There are cars coming. I had to hit the accelerator there because it started to go and just not fast enough for the cars that were coming. And so now we have to turn left here. With cars coming from our right, we got one more. So we're just gonna head over there and, oh, very nice. Okay, Jeep went. There's room, and good. So really nice left turn. So we're gonna head over there, try this underground thing again, see if the car's gotten better at it. I spent a lot of time there, so who knows if that data got sent to Tesla and then they made improvements that would help with that. So
you can tell it really knows the roads there. Obviously, it could probably get that data from something like Google Maps, but obviously when it turned onto that ramp, it knew that it could go in the left lane, no worries. You know, obviously in Australia we drive in the left, but obviously in America, this is filmed in America, I believe, they normally drive in the right, so there was 2 lanes. Obviously they merged into one, but the Tesla knew that it could go straight into the left lane on that left turn.
Tiny bit of highway driving here, and then we will be underground.
So Autopilot and I are happily driving along.
So we're the second one at that stop. We'll wait for the van, very nice. It's waiting for our turn, and then confidently move through, knowing everyone else has stops. Perfect, really nice turn system, just saying, hey, make sure your hand's on the wheel, which, you know, it was. So here it says stopping for traffic control. There really is nothing there, so we will be reporting that because there is no stop sign there.
Yeah, so in the last video, I know that guy had some issues in the on that intersection that he was on, and I don't recall, maybe I missed it, but he didn't click the issues button. I would have assumed that he'd click the issues button no matter what, even if it just makes a mistake, but he didn't click that, which I found interesting why he kept trying that corner, but maybe there's a logic behind it that I just don't understand.
And why does it say 72? Oh my gosh, I just noticed that. That is really strange. Oh, that must be left over from the highway. Wow, that's really weird. If I hold this down, there, it should return to a normal speed. Good thing we had, I was thinking like, this is a little fast, like what's the speed set at? And I glance over, see 72. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So here the car says stopping for T intersection again.
So I just want to comment on that. Obviously, if you don't know, Tesla doesn't just get the speed information from maps like Google Maps and Waze and things like that, or it's even its own map system. It uses them as assistants, but it will also read road signs. One thing I have noticed here in Melbourne in particular, though, on the highways we have these big LED lights, which if I can find a picture of them, I'll chuck them in the video just down below. And these big LED lights, basically what they do is they actually change the speed. So sometimes they'll have, if there's a car accident on the highway, they'll have 40 written on them, and it's like a big LED sign, so like it changes speeds. And then it also has like 60 and 80, generally your common ones, and then 100 when it makes sense. The Tesla won't actually read those signs. I don't know if it's because normally they're above the highway, so like you're driving underneath them. Maybe it can't like read them up there. I'm not sure, or maybe it just doesn't. The reflections from the LEDs messes with it. Be really interesting to see, in the next update if they can actually read those signs, because I think that'd be pretty important. And I would imagine that there'd be more countries than just Australia using those LED signs.
And not really an appropriate move. I tapped the accelerator there, so that data will be sent to Tesla. Wasn't a T intersection really, it was just a bend in the road.
Okay, so it sounds like the information gets
So this is a pretty
sent to Tesla
interesting
as well.
intersection here. You have to stop really far back. You can see stop here on red for train tracks. And is the car going to do it? Nope, it's not. So I stopped. If I do this again, yeah, it's going to keep going. So I'm actually, it says stop here on red. So even though there's another stop line up there, the car obviously is not doing that correctly. So I think I'll report that also, just to get the snapshot sent in, and hopefully they can fix that.
It's really cool. I wonder when you actually make those reports. I'm sure it would say somewhere in the privacy policy or in the description of when you actually sign up to those betas. But I wonder if they actually sends them a video as well. I know the Model 3 and the Model Y, and potentially the new and updated Model X and S's having a camera on the inside. It'd be interesting to see if it'd be interesting to know if Tesla actually looks at the video footage when you make those reports. Maybe that information is public. I assume it would be. I'm not sure myself.
So Autopilot and I are happily driving along.
So not getting into the left turn lane there, that's like, what the heck, man, we've had a lot of interventions and stuff already on this really short drive. So now that it's clear, the car should handle this on its own. There we go. So it does handle the left turn on its own, I've been in that left turn lane before, so it's very strange. Version 8.2, apparently 8.3 has 1,000 fixes. Hopefully, all 10 of them are what we've experienced on this drive so far today. Okay, so here's the library on the left. I'll have to take over here. Okay, so we're here.
Is this where we
and
get
I'm
on
able
the
to
ground?
turn the system on. Nope, and it
Oh.
freaked out, which actually did that last time, I'm pretty sure, in the same spot. So as long as nobody's behind us, we can
Okay,
wait
so,
a little
so
bit
it's
to let
testing
it
on
let us enable it.
basically a parking lot or an unregistered
We're gonna have to
road.
keep lowering
private
this,
road.
which is fine. So 15, maybe 10 is good in a spot like this. So far, actually, this is better than last time. Now, this turn is where it was really struggling.
Oh wow, this is pretty.
So it still wants to go
insane.
straight. Come on. Turn. Nope.
Oh,
It just wants to go straight. For whatever reason, it just doesn't see that turn. That turn to the right. All right, we'll start it from here. This is kind of strange. It has like a little weird graphical thing there. And now it wants to drive into the elevator, which, we don't want. It's got to be able to see that bend. And you can see it's not really displaying it there. Once it shows it, I think it would do it. But, yep, that's not going to be it either, buddy. Oh, man. So, yeah, this is still doesn't seem to really be working. To be fair, parking lots are not advertised as working yet. This is city streets, so you get out on the street, you turn this on. Yeah, so it seems parking lots are not working. I'll give it another try or two, and then we'll continue on to some more driving on parts that are actually advertised to be
I
functional.
wonder if it's because it's like concrete. Maybe it doesn't.
If you're
really
enjoying this,
understand.
please hit like and get subscribed.
And then I
I
assume
really
the
appreciate
lighting
it.
would probably
Okay, now
mess
it's got
with
the
it a
bend.
little
Oh,
bit.
bring it back. It had the turn there. So it says stopping for traffic control. That's fine. It's kind of. Will you continue if I say to go? Nope. If I touch the accelerator? Nope. It's probably gonna panic. I'm still hitting the accelerator. I'm gonna guess it's gonna yell at me here. No. Nope, it just wants to stop infinitely. Now it sees this road here. Come on, man. Let's go. Nope, it just doesn't want to turn.
It doesn't really know which way to actually go,
Alright,
though. Like, which way is it actually
this is still not
gonna get
working.
to its destination?
If
So
I
don't understand. Like, I understand what he's trying to achieve, but obviously he's got a destination put in there. I believe. Maybe I misunderstood it standing that. So why would it go anyway? Even if it knew, okay, I've got to turn either left or right, but I don't know which way it is. I suppose actually it does have a one-way sign, so that would make sense that it would read that. I can see what he's trying to achieve. He obviously needs to go right because there's a one-way sign, and he's expecting the car to be able to read that, but it's obviously not coming up on the AI display, or the self-driving display. So.
turn, though, and turn it on, it will get us out of here. We saw that last time. Well, we can see if it will still do that. So you can see the path is showing that way. If I turn it on, yeah, a little too close to that wall for me. Might be out, yeah, I mean, maybe it would have made it. That might be my bad, but just always trying to be careful here. So now it has to turn the wheel. It's definitely, okay, there you go. Oh, slow and scary. It's like it's mad at me. Okay, now you can go, would be the thing to do here. I'm going to touch the accelerator. Nope, it just doesn't want to go. Maybe we'll get to a point where it will go. Now you got to turn the wheel back the other way.
Does not want to do it at all.
Very strange. It's obviously confused in underground situations. Again, not advertised for parking lots.
So, like, I'm so bullish, like, from Tesla's financial perspective, of, like, if they can get, like, the robo-taxi business going, that's going to be huge. But one reason why, I'm cautious about investing in Tesla is because I don't want to account for robo-taxis being too much in the long-term plan of holding Tesla stock, because I don't know whether it's going to come to fruition. I hope it does, because that would be sick, but when you watch something like this, you're like, okay, so you buy a Tesla, you make it part of the robo-taxi system. What happens when the Tesla car, or when the car just gets stuck? Like, do you have to get in another Tesla or a taxi and go and pick it up and move it out of its bugged position? Like, there's a lot of, like, little things like that. And I was actually talking to somebody the other day who he's a pilot. You might actually watch this video, which would be funny. Hello, if you are. But yeah, he's a pilot, and he was describing that in the piloting world, or when you're a pilot, they have their own version of full self-driving, which I think is also called autopilot, and it's very, very good. It's sometimes in fact better than most pilots. But there are certain parts of the world that where you fly, it gets confusing, and he described one place, I can't remember where it was, but basically what you got to do to be able to land is you have to fly towards a mountain, and then you kind of have to do sort of like an emergency maneuver to go, because you get quite close to the mountain, and then you got to turn just before you get to it to turn around back to land on the runway. And he was describing that the autopilot doesn't know what to do there, and it starts doing weird emergency maneuvers, and you have to take over. You don't have any other choice. Now, maybe because they haven't actually adapted the technology for that area, I'm not sure. I really hope Tesla can figure it out, and I think they can eventually. But I think it's going to take time. 10 years. For me, I used to think 5 years was bullish. 10 years, yeah, we can do it, but now I'm starting to think that like 10 years is maybe bullish, 20 years is maybe more realistic. But like, I could be totally wrong. Do your own research, obviously.
End of drive is not done yet, but still fun to try out. So if we turn it on here, there we go. Now it will continue out of here. I think 10 miles per hour is plenty, and nobody was around that whole time, so no big deal. on playing around there. And then goes around this little mini teardrop roundabout thing nicely. And that's that. So yeah, it's definitely not ready for those underground situations. Okay, now this next part should be pretty difficult. I mean, it's a normal route, so not like the parking garage where it's something it can't do, but has some tough left turns and things going on. So we'll start it in this parking lot. Again, starting it in the parking lot's not usually the best, but we'll see if it can do it. It did turn out of this parking lot last time, if I remember correctly. Stops at the stop sign, a little close to the curb, but it's going to be fine. And boom. So it did get out of the parking lot really nicely there, but a lot of times for you button people who will hopefully soon be testing this and playing around with it, exiting parking lots, it's not usually that great at, so be careful of that. So waiting for our turn, we have orange boxes. I don't really know or remember what orange means. Purple is moving through intersection. Now we're going to check for visibility. You can turn right on red. That was perfect. That was the last car, so we should be good. Still says it's checking. It should be able to go. And there we go. It continues through, so really...
Okay, so obviously for people who are watching in Australia, now I've got an Australian audience. I believe in most states, if not all states in America, when the traffic signal is red, if you are turning, obviously if you're not going over lanes, if you're turning right, so if that was in Australia, you were turning left, and you weren't going in the way of incoming traffic, then you can go even when it's red.
Nice.
Obviously do your own research there. If you go hire a car and drive there, right? I don't want to get in trouble.
So this just looks great. This is the car basically planning what to do next. And that turn just looks really, really nice. It's going to go right through the intersection, especially with a green arrow. Shouldn't be a problem at all. Wow, so pretty early going. The truck was still in the intersection. Obviously not a big deal. I'm sure plenty of people drive that way. I personally probably would have waited another second or two, but I can't say I see anything wrong with that.
I might do a couple of reaction videos to other cars, full self-driving as well, and have a look, because obviously there's still a lot of bugs with Tesla's full self-driving, but everyone who uses it raves about it, says it's unreal. So maybe we just got to compare it with other options out there, and then we really see what it's actually, how far ahead Tesla really are.
All right, back to this parking lot. I think we've actually been here as well in a previous video. We can let it handle it. It handled this parking lot pretty well last time. It's a hospital, so it's not like I want to be in the way. Well, I guess it's a medical center. I don't know. Is it a hospital? Yep, it says emergency entrance. So I don't want to be in the way here, but we'll get out of here quick and head back to, I want to go where I think there's a good amount of students walking around, and then we'll wrap it up. Have somebody backing out of their spot here. They stopped, but I assume they don't see me, so I don't want to stay behind them. I don't know if they're looking or what they're doing, because they're just sitting there. So the next spot is right here. So going around this parked car here, I think 20 even is a little fast for that. And then we have to go around this truck, which should not be a problem. It is being a problem, I don't know why. There you go. Okay. What the heck? We'll report that. I don't know why that was such an issue. There's a stop sign there, and then we can continue along.
So in some areas it does so well, and then some things...
I don't want to go that way.
Really
I want to go straight, so I'm going to take over
with.
for a second.
So autopilot 9.
Now, I've not been this direction down this road. If you like to play Pokemon Go, this is a great spot to get a lot of stops really fast. In the passenger seat, have somebody else drive.
They are happily driving around.
So I'm noticing the visuals around here look really good on the screen. Everything is mapped pretty well. Okay, a little goofy there. Yeah, I can't say this is the best drive we've had in a while. That's for sure. The car seems just, I don't know, a little goofy. So here, waiting for our turn, there's nobody else, and then it goes. So the going was good, but the waiting was a little much. So now we'll enter this parking lot, Looks like we have some cars coming, but that shouldn't matter. And really nice job entering the parking lot. And the pin is, are you going to keep going? Yeah, a little bit more to go. The pin's up a little bit. So yeah, really nice. And then at this point, you would just take over. All right, so wrapping it up, let's get out of this parking lot. Yeah, let's see, we're at, whoa, a little close to that curb there, buddy. Again, parking lots are very iffy, but 6.8 miles, oh boy, that's not very many. And that was a lot of interventions and things. So we need those 1,000 improvements that Elon is talking about, and hopefully this gets much better. I do have high hope that you're good, we're good, let's go.
Yeah,
in the
like,
coming
I would assume they
months,
have quite a large full-time team.
the system is going to be way better. It is better than when I first got it. And I mean, I'll have days, you can see some of the videos where it's very impressive, very amazing. And then you go to the same spots, or even spots that you assume would be a bit easier, and it's like, yeah, that's not that good. So I don't know, it's going back and forth. But as we get updates, as more people get enrolled and send the data back to Tesla, I think it's going to be getting better and better. Aggressive move through that stop sign, which there's no cars there, so that's fine. But yeah, we'll do a little bit of this drive, and then we'll call it. And a big break there for no reason. We'll report that. Maybe I haven't done the stats yet. I might include what's going on here for the stats as well. So braking doesn't need to be, it's time to go. I think it's confusing this person up here that you saw in front of us in the purple. I think it was thinking they may have been in the road rather than on the sidewalk, and it was waiting for them. I'm gonna take over here. Let's force Michigan left to see how it does.
So autopilot.
All right, we got our Michigan left coming up right here. Basically a U-turn. Weird that it doesn't, normally it has its own, this is not a Michigan left. Normally it has its own little lane for you to get in. Currently on the wrong side of the road, a little bit. But no other cars, and whoa, wow, very nice. Moves right through, perfect. That was actually really good besides that, and besides kind of being on the wrong side of the road. But I will say better than I thought it was gonna do.
So autopilot.
All right, that's it. We'll call it for this one. 8.9 miles. Here's the stats compared to some previous drives. It didn't feel very good to me. It felt like there were a lot of mistakes, a lot of reports, a lot of disengagements, interventions. Of course, I'm not counting disengagements where I took over to change the direction. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this one, and you will see me in the next video.
Awesome. Well, you know, guys, I'm going to put that video in the description. I'd really appreciate it if you go and obviously check it out, you know, because obviously, you know, we've used someone else's video to do a reaction to Tesla's full self-driving beta 8.2. But thanks for watching. If you do actually want to invest in Tesla, just remember that link is down below for eToro if you want to get 0% commissions on your trade. Thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll make sure to have some more videos coming out soon. Thanks, guys.